Hi everyone, it's Shaf Man here from Shaf Man TV. Today I'm going to look at should Manchester United sell Anthony Martial. So this is a major topic of debate amongst United fans. United signed Martial in 2015 from AS Monaco, and he's played 171 games and scored 55 goals. So a strike rate of around one goal every 3 to 4 matches. In that time, he's often played on the left of a front three, so like a left attacker. But in around the last 18 months or so, he's moved into a central position. And last season, he basically played as a centre forward, as a number nine, although he was injured most of the season. He started off with a bang, scoring against Liverpool, and it's fair to say that Martial divides opinion. He is a fan favourite. There are a number of fans that line up behind the moniker Martial FC, and there's no doubt he's a talented player. He's shown bursts of real ability, but it's fair to say that he's hugely inconsistent. And with the signing of Ronaldo and the purchase of Cavani and the likely pursuit of another centre forward, probably Erling Haaland, where does Martial go from here? In my opinion, and I have nothing to back this up, I believe that the current manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, doesn't actually rate Martial very highly. And I think that if a suitable bid came in, United would sell him. And to me, it looks like he's lost his way a little bit. He seems to pick up quite a lot of injuries. He seems to... I mean, he's still a full France international, so he's rated highly by Deschamps. In sort of the last 18 months or so, he's really amassed quite a bit of muscle mass, and I think he's obviously put some muscle mass on so he can play as a number nine, as a central striker. But with that physicality, it hasn't really translated onto the pitch. He's not particularly physical. He doesn't... I mean, he can hold the ball up and draw fouls, but he's not really a number nine. He, I think having extra bulk and extra weight on him, he lacks some mobility. Actually, he's lost a bit of pace. I've seen him a few times, and recently, and he looks like he's not as sharp as he was. His body shape has changed, and obviously, United fans will remember Romelu Lukaku, carrying like excess weight, which seems bizarre in terms of being a professional footballer, but carrying excess weight and him looking pretty sluggish. So I'm not sure. Also, you have to also factor in the emergence of Mason Greenwood. Greenwood looks like he's one of the probably the best young players in world football at the moment. He's scores goals. He looks like he's really is a very dangerous player. And technically speaking, Greenwood is probably going to keep Martial out of the team. So I think Martial's time at United is probably limited. I mean, my major issue with him, and having watched him live quite a lot, and having actually for 10 or 15 minutes of a match actually watch him ignore the ball, his movement off the ball is shockingly bad. He doesn't move, he reacts to situations. He doesn't stretch the defense. He doesn't, he often comes short. He doesn't really run in behind that much, and his movement is quite easy to track. If you contrast that with someone like Cavani or someone like Ronaldo, whose movement, they're always on the move. They're always moving defenders. They're always trying to find pockets of space. Martial is very static. He doesn't really press that much either, and he doesn't really move. And I think, to be fair, his goal record is won in 3 to 4 games. You have to mitigate that with the fact that he's played out left for a lot of his career, but it looks like his career stagnated. It looks like Solskjaer doesn't really fancy him. It looks like if we receive a suitable offer for him, he'll probably be sold, and he can't. I mean, he's had enough chances. He's played 171 times. I think something that Solskjaer does really well is to try to maintain the transfer value of a player, and so he'll probably play this season, and then they may attempt to sell him. But again, it comes back to this um, problem United have had for years, which is the inability to sell players for a fair value, and it really would relate to his contract. Obviously, I have not seen his contract, but I'd imagine he's probably one of the best paid players in the whole of Europe. There's probably very few players that are paid more than he is. He's probably on 160, 150,000 pounds a week. So the clubs that can afford 150, 170,000 pounds a week wouldn't probably be interested in him. So again, it's a bit of a difficult situation in terms of moving these type of players on. If you loan him out and he doesn't have a very good loan, then his value diminishes. So I feel like Solskjaer's done a lot better than sort of Mourinho in actually getting transfer value for players. I mean, he bought Dan James for £12 million, sold him for 25 million. Pretty good business, really, for a squad player. And the thing with Martial is it's going to be hard to find a club to buy him. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's early in the season now, so Martial may surprise me, but I just can't see him. I mean, if you look at Rashford, Ronaldo, Greenwood, and Sancho, those four are definitely in front of him, and Cavani's probably in front of him as well. So he's got 5 players in front of him for 3 positions. So he's probably sixth choice. He's probably only in front of players like Ahmad and Alanga, who are both wide players anyway, and maybe loaned out. So of the 6 strikers we have, or 6 forwards more accurately, he's the sixth choice, and you probably wouldn't have said that 2 or 3 seasons ago. Um, the sad thing is that he has had seasons where he's scored prolifically, and when on form, he can be really, really prolific. He can be ice cold in front of goal, but he seems to have lost his way somewhat. And I'm not sure if it's tactical or if he doesn't suit the system, because really his major strength is to run with the ball. Picks the ball up and he runs at players, and he draws fouls and he takes players on, and he scores goals from that left hand side. But it's just not worked out for him. And I think if United can sign someone of the quality of Haaland, then he's finished. He'll be the sixth, seventh choice. Or if Greenwood's development continues, I don't think that Martial will break into the first team. I think it's a really good problem for Solskjaer to have, because he's got really good strength in depth, and in no way am I saying that Martial isn't a good player, and I really like him. He's a cult figure, and I really, he's had some great games and produced some amazing moments. And if he did leave, I would be, he would leave with a lot of fans' blessing and a lot of goodwill. But it just looks like the club, the team are going to go in a different direction, especially if you play with wingers and you're looking to get balls into the box. You've got Ronaldo and Cavani there, who are both actually really good in the air. And if you were to buy a Haaland, or if you were to buy someone with a physical presence who's mobile, which it looks like Solskjaer wants to have, then Martial doesn't really fit in there. So it's interesting. There's obviously loads and loads of different opinions on this. So let's see how the season pans out, and let's see if Martial can come good, and if he can, maybe force his way into the team. There are a lot of matches. He might be able to force his way in. There might be a few injuries. He might pick up some form. I hope he does, actually, because I actually really like him. But it's not looking like he's got a long-term future at United. Okay, thanks a lot for listening and please subscribe. Have a great day. Thank you.